Finally figured it out. Here we go.
Yeah, I was like, that's why I was like, I don't even know. I think this is good. I don't know if this is like too bright in the background.
No, it's whatever's clever.
Okay.
You know what I
I
mean?
can't
Whatever
hear
works for
you.
you. You can't hear me now?
Wait, talk again.
Can you hear me now?
Very low.
Is it your volume?
Yeah, I was like, I turned it up, but let me see. As you can see, I'm a grandma with technology. Okay.
Going granny style.
I really can't hear you though. I can kind of hear you.
Is it just the app, or you think it's your speakers on your phone?
No, I think it's like the app might think it's like wait, oh, we have to put like this app on speaker. Wait, talk now.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay.
I should put this back on.
Hey, look at that. You're on the podcast and you learn how to use Zoom. It's 2 for 1.
Oh my God, I'm learning how to use email. I'm learning how to use my phone. Look at me.
I gotta start charging like a type
first
or
century.
something.
What's up though? How you been?
Good. How about you?
Just chilling, you know. I'm about to like do some stuff later on tonight, like a little photo shoot. But
photo shoot.
I'm here with you now. Yeah, well, kind of dabble in it. I'm just like working with some like fabrics and stuff that I dabbled on with some paint and stuff. So
what do you like, make your own tapestries and stuff, or
tapestries? No, I was like
I don't know. All I heard was fabrics, and I don't know. You're kind of, from what I see from your pictures, you're kind of artsy. So
yeah, I'm kind of all over the place with like my line right now. I'm just like started a fashion line, and I started crocheting a little bit, like yarn and stuff.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, and then I started like painting on pans. Now I'm just like kind of like doing some other stuff. So I'm just like working with like different materials and fabrics and like different like mediums of fashion and stuff, you know.
What got you into that?
I don't know. I feel like everybody during like COVID, you know, we were all just trying to like figure out what to do and how to pass the time. So I just took up crocheting, and it was like really fun for me. And I've always been into fashion. Like I always loved just like playing with like weird fabrics and textures and things like that. So
it was just like out of a hunch, you just kind of just started doing it, and you just
so COVID, like taking up the craft of crocheting. And I was like, wow, I can actually like make clothing and shit. This is so cool. I can actually make my own stuff. And I just got me mad inspired to like actually like start making my own clothing, you know?
Is that shirt you're wearing? Did you make that?
No, see, and that's the thing too. Like everybody always asks me like if I make my clothing that I wear, because I wear like crazy funky shit all the time. Yeah. And I'm like, this is the sign. I'm telling me I gotta make my stuff. I did some henna on me yesterday though. I was like, well, 2 days ago, I was like playing around with it.
Yeah, that came out pretty nice. No, that's pretty dope that you're like our little artistic and everything like that. It's pretty cool.
I try. I think we all are, you know.
Yeah, in a way. I know if I tried it, it'd probably look like a donkey or something like that. Like
that's why I said about my art too. Like, you know what I mean? Like we all have like our own ways and stuff. That's what's beautiful about art. Like nobody's art is the same. It's all funky. It's all different.
It's all up to your own interpretation.
In
a way.
Yeah.
But is that all you've been up to? Just making tapestries, making clothes and stuff?
Not tapestries, bro. No tapestries. But I should.
You should. Why not?
Honestly, I'm like, maybe I should make some tapestries. They're trying to tell me something.
See, yeah, exactly. I'm trying to tell you something. I'm like, she's making clothes and she's doing all these fabrics and everything. I'm like, why not a tapestry? Like you already got like the cool design on your arm and everything. Like you can make that into a tapestry. Why not?
I'm just like too all over the place with everything. So don't give me more ideas. I'm going to be like, oh my God, this is another one.
I'm telling you, you'd have every basic bitch in the world who puts a tapestry up in their bedroom lining up to buy them off you.
Honestly, yeah. But I don't even know how I don't even know how you go about that. Maybe like, I was thinking of making like, not tapestries, but you know, those like rope things that are super popular now. They're like bohemian style kind of thing.
No, I don't think so.
You're like, yeah, I have some in my room. I'm gonna bring them.
Yeah. Let me see them. I'm curious now.
I have like a bunch over here, but
this is like, yep, I've seen those.
And I also have like a basket actually right here that has like. So I want to start making these because like it's kind of similar to crocheting. It's like just roping. I'm really good at like knotties. knot is doing knots and stuff.
It's the plural for knots, whatever it is. It's been too long since English class in high school.
I don't know if that's bad that I'm like walking away from the camera in the podcast.
Hey, it don't matter. It's whatever you want it to be. You're the guest, you know?
Yeah, I am very sporadic, so this makes sense.
Yeah. But when you do crocheting, like what types of things do you make when you do that?
Kind of anything. I just learned at first, like my grandma told me like years ago when I was young, just how to do like the first 2 stitches, which is like the foundation of crocheting. And like literally anytime you do any project, you always have to do those first 2 knots. And then when Corona happened, I was like, oh, I just want to figure out how to do like every single knot. So I learned how to do like circles, triangles, like all the different shapes and sizes, and like learned how to like, and learn like the language. It's like a whole language behind it, bro. It's so crazy. Like double crochet, triple crochet, and there's like picture images, so you have to like learn what they mean and stuff. So I just learned all that. And then, yeah, so you can kind of like, I can like literally probably look at a pattern and like start doing it, you know what I mean? Or like based off something that I know. So I was doing like, I don't know, simple things at first that like don't take too long, like a day or 2, you know what I mean? Because some projects take a while. So I was just doing like bralettes and like, I don't even know. I did like some like vests too and hats. Hats are really fun for me to make. But I can't really do anything. Like I have a lot of customs coming in. Like I'm doing like a couple custom things too. So it just depends.
Do you have any sample pieces? I hate to make you keep getting up and go back and forth, but I'm curious. I want to see how they came out.
I don't know. I was like,
There you go. On the go.
yeah, I was like, you come with me. I'm mobile. I don't even know what to show you. I was like, I have like, honestly, this is like one of my favorite pieces. And like, I don't even want to like really sell it because like the texture and everything of it is so nice.
Mental note, make tapestries.
But it's like, and it's similar to a tap. It's like big, you know what I mean? It's like big enough to like, but it's just like a shawl thing that you like can go like this. But I also made it so like girls can wear it as a skirt and stuff. I have like a little thing here actually. I can tie it on for you. I can make a whole fit for you real quick, bro.
I'm down for that. A little custom fit. Everybody be asking, yo, where'd you get that? Is that tailor fitted? I'm like, nah, that's Ashley fitted.
You could rock this. I don't even know what to put as a throw thing. Oh, honestly, this one I was going to send out.
I'd promote it if it's comfy and it looks good. I'd promote it all day.
Honestly,
Even if it's like funky, as long as it's comfortable to me,
I'm just gonna put the skirt for it. But this is like a skirt. This is like the thing.
Okay.
It's cute. I can see you rocking this, dude. I can really see you pulling this off.
Listen, it's 2021, you know. You can't judge.
I don't know how to flip this thing back around. Okay, here we go. That literally took me forever. But yeah, I don't know. And I've been working on some pants too, but these are like the pants I know about to shoot my friend in now, actually. Because I had some, actually I already shot these, so I'm gonna show these stuff. But so I made these pants. These are really bad. Johnathan, you want to hold these up for me? Yes,
you got a guest appearance too?
Yeah, and we have a guest appearance.
A second guest.
Johnathan. This is my friend. He's gonna model.
What's up, man?
He already modeled these for me. We're gonna model a little more today. Honestly, yeah, you want to put them on? He's gonna put them on real quick.
Hey man, if he wants, go for it.
So like I first did like crochet fumbles where I was just like messing around with like yarn and stuff, and then I started painting jeans. So the first one is like that one I just showed you, which was the yarn and a little needle, and then these are just with some pants. The you posted too. I was like, oh. They're dope, right? Oh, they came out so good. And then I just like got some fabric paint and I started painting on pants, and then this is like gonna be like the fancy pants collection. Dude,
John can rock those. I don't know if I could, but I like them.
No, cool. Oh my god, no, stop. That's what this is all about. We have to show guys that like it's all about fashion. It doesn't have to just be femme, dude. It's just fashion. Like just because it's cool doesn't mean it's like, you know.
Yo, I'll wear anything as long as it's comfortable. I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's those are mad comfy, dude, and they have like the slacks on the inside too, so you can like adjust it.
Oh, these?
Yeah. And I love low-key, I love high waters always too. Oh my god, it's thundering out.
Oh yeah, it's like supposed to be raining. It was just sunny out.
But yeah. And I don't know what else. Yeah. I was like,
yeah, I can hear that thunder right now.
Right? You're here too, right? I'm in East. Are you in Revere?
Yeah. Nice. It's basically next door.
Wait, maybe we should like cut that out. We don't want to.
Why, you think people are gonna be tracking us? They're gonna go over there and steal all your art collections, all your fashion. No! They're gonna run their own line before you can even figure it out on the market.
They rock it though, as long as you tag me.
Do you have a name for your line?
Yeah, ethereal material.
So do you have like a website or like an Instagram or anything for it?
No, yeah, so I have an Instagram. I'm working on like, honestly, I'm posting things on like Etsy a lot, but I'm trying to work on a website. It's just like a little harder to like get like the aesthetic and everything that I want down, because like I don't even know what kind of like aesthetic I want yet.
And stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. And like also I'm like need to like get a professional photographer that's like down for me too, because I have like multiple photographers and stuff that are just like, you know what I mean? It's like I need like one specific one, so it's like the same kind of layout and everything.
Yeah, I can get you in touch. I'm not sure if you watched the podcast I had with Kayla.
Wait, what?
Before the exorcist took over your phone.
Right, I was like that. I was like, what just happened?
No, I was saying I believe it was my last episode. I had Kayla Gullidge on my podcast. She does photography. She like went to school and everything for it. I can get you in touch with her.
Of like, you know, like female entrepreneurs, like we gotta support each other. That's it. Gotta get in contact with her. I don't know her, but that sounds lit.
She went to Revere High too, so you might have ran into her. I mean, it was a big school, so you might not even notice.
Yeah, I was like a little lone wolf too. I would like always like, you know, you like leaving and ditching and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta be honest, before we even started the podcast, and when like you called me on the phone just to set up your tech and everything, I'm like,
yeah,
this is the first time I think I've ever heard you talk. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say we've never really like had like a conversation or anything. That's what I'm saying. I was very like, even at lunch, like I wouldn't eat lunch in the cafeteria. Like I would dip.
Legit lone wolf.
Yeah. Always be in the gym. I would always be in the gym though.
Always in the gym, making those gains.
Just like messing around. Yeah. Best. Let me chill there.
Just doing crochet.
No, I wasn't doing it back then. Just like doing more reckless stuff. Now I'm a little more grounded.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't seem like you're grounded.
As you all over the place. No, from me back then. If you knew me too, I'm sure like people who watch this or like went to our high school too probably like know how crazy I was. Even people who I meet again that met me in high school, they're like, wow, you're like so different.
Yeah.
But I'm still very sporadic and all over the place. I'll always be like that. My mind goes a million miles per second, man. I can't stop it.
It's just in your nature, you know. There's nothing wrong with that.
Damn.
No, I mean, I've heard some things, but I never assume anything about anybody till I actually like get to sit down and talk.
Yeah, everybody used to call me like a crackhead and stuff, I swear. Hey, do your thing. It's true.
Yeah.
I'm so raw with everything. I don't even care. I was on a podcast with actually Sean and Michael. That one was really fun. They came over my house and stuff. That was lit.
What's their last names?
Honestly, really bad with names in general.
They were in our grade, or they went to the school?
Definitely our grade, yeah.
What do they look like? I'm trying to think if I know them. I'm like a cat. Like once I get curious, like I gotta find out, you know.
Photographer. He takes photos. Just like, you know, he'd be like on that.
No, I don't know. It's whatever. I'm sure I know them, and I don't mean any disrespect by it, but I'll figure it out one day.
No, like if anything, it's me because I don't even know their last names, and like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've been to your house and you don't even know their last names. Like,
you know, I don't even know their last names. Like, I was thinking the other day, like, because I have a couple different friend groups, you know what I mean. And it's just like so weird. Like, we don't even like we were discussing. We're like, we don't even know each other's last names. Like, we're like, hold on, what is their last names, real quick?
Last names are overrated.
We were like, wait, whatever. What'd you say?
I said last names are overrated. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Like names are overrated. Shit, don't even call me Ashley.
Well, what do you want us to call you then?
I feel like I'm being called Ash. Like I'm like.
Do you always go by Ash?
Yeah. My
Yeah.
friends used to like say this joke too, where I'd be like, because like you see, I'm like kind of like crazy. They'd be like, there's Ashley, and then there's Ash.
Oh, that's the split
So I've
personality.
transitioned to just Ash because it's just it's better that way.
Ash is the chill vibe.
Mm-hmm. I gotta go smoke a blunt now.
You gonna go back into Ash? Is Ashley starting to take
bad.
over?
My bad.
It's all good, dude.
The smoking.
This isn't like PG, you know, so I don't give a shit. You know, I smoke two here and there, but I'm not fucking, you know.
Oh, it's out. It's out. Everybody heard.
Yo, get the paparazzi.
Yeah. What you been up to?
Just working, really. Work, school, same old, trying to travel a lot.
Traveling's my shit.
Where have you been?
Oh God. I took like I've been to like Iceland, Belize, Hawaii, Italy. I was born in England, but I went back there again, obviously, a couple times. And then Paris. I went to like the south of France too, though. Yeah. And a couple, obviously, like all around the States and stuff too, but
yeah. Damn, dude, that's a good chunk. I'm wicked jealous, to be honest.
Dude, I literally like you should see my bucket list. It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like I have a whole like notebook of just like my bucket list shit. But yeah.
I've never even been out of country, so that's pretty dope. You've been out of the country a few times.
Yeah, honestly though, like our country has like almost like every, you know, kind of like geographic region and everything. Like we have like mountains, beaches. That's why I love the East Coast though, specifically. Like East Coast is dope. It's my favorite place ever.
I went to Arizona last month. I really like that vibe.
Oh my God, it's like Mars.
Yeah, it's legit. Like there's like red rock everywhere. It's just like sand, but it's not humid. Like it's just like a dry heat. So you're not trying to figure out like what's sweat and like what's not, you know, it's not like disgusting.
Yeah, fact. I used to live in Wyoming. I kind of grew up there. So it's like that.
Yeah.
Vibes.
That's pretty dope. What's on that bucket list, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh my God, so many crazy things, honestly. I don't even know if I want to pull it out.
You have it legit written down?
Yeah, I really do.
That's pretty sick.
Kind of want to take it out.
Do it.
I haven't looked at it in a couple like years, to be honest.
Hey, let's refresh your memory right here, you know?
Doesn't that say something? Yo, time flies like insane. Oh my God, did you see that Lunder? That Lunder?
That Lunder? The Lunder
Did
Wonder
you see
Thunder?
that Lunder? You know, it's crazy. Like, I can't speak English, and it's like the only language I know. It's not even like I'm like bilingual.
Dude, honestly, same.
I have this cute little red bug.
That's so fancy.
Yeah, this thing is.
That reminds me of something that'd be like a captain's log on like a pirate ship or something.
Legit, and it's like, yeah, it's like, it's ever. I gotta say.
There's like creatures and stuff in there too.
Like pictures. This is my cat and my dog. Yeah,
I wish I could fully see it. I get the point. I love fur babies, you know, so.
Let's see. There's this train station in Moscow that I really want to visit. That's like sick. I can't really pronounce the train station name right now. I'm not even gonna butcher it, but it's pretty cool. It's like take a train ride in this train station in Moscow, and then
where's it go to? Is it like a scenic sort of thing, or does it just go through like the city?
The train is just sick. It's just mad old and really cool. And then like obviously I did this one. It's like we would go to Hawaii and stuff, like climb the stairway to heaven. And then we have another one with like the old mother petrifying well in England. Almost did that, but we were way too far. Really pissed about that. Honestly, a lot of these things I went to the area and I was like, damn, I didn't even gotta do this. Now that I'm looking back at it.
What's that well?
It's like this well is crazy, dude. So it's really far out. It's like we then went to London when I went back, but it's like a well that's like naturally it does this, like the water drips down and it has like minerals in the water and it petrifies anything that's like gonna drip on it. So you can like hang stuff, like people hang stuff around like it's kind of like a well, I guess, but it's also, yeah, it is a well. But people hang stuff like around it and they like can petrify anything. So they hang stuff and they go back years later or whatever, then you know it's like petrified.
What was it called again?
It's called the Old Mother Petrifying Well in England. I'm adding to your bucket list too, right?
Yeah, I mean that's why I love doing this podcast. I get to learn all this crazy cool shit I would have never had any idea about.
Abandoned places. Like if you check out my Instagram, like my Instagram, Ashes on Your Life, just put that in there.
For the clout, for the gram.
But I love going to abandoned places, and there's abandoned places like mad of them in Germany and in Japan. But there's this place specifically in Japan. It's called the Daydreamland at Nara, and it's abandoned, and it's sick, dude. It's like Disneyland but on crack, and it's like abandoned. I'm
gonna screen share real quick. So is this what the well is?
Yeah, I was like, that's why I was like, it's kind of like a well, but it looks like a waterfall. That's why I was like, it's kind of like.
Let me move this out of the way.
Oh, this boy fact checking me.
Well, you got to make sure the fans can see what you're saying. Plus, I want to see too. You know? I'll forget. At least now I have it like in my history. And what was that other place? The abandoned place in Japan, right?
Yeah, this is Daydreamlands at Nara. This one, but there's also like Spree Park in Germany. That one's pretty sick too. That one's even crazier. Yeah, some of these I was gonna say abandoned places are really hard to find on. That's what I was about to say. I was like, look up the Germany one. That one might pop up because that one's more popular. It's Spree Park in Germany.
This isn't.
No, it's not a building. It's like these are amusement parks.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
What was the other one? It was Spree Park.
This one is Spree Park in Germany. Yeah, abandoned places are sometimes like because I follow mad and I like watch mad abandoned things like Yeah, this one it is really popular. A lot of people go to this one, so it's all over. But I want to go to Japan one because that one's sick. It's literally like fucking Disneyland. This one's really cool because it has a couple cool things in it you can see. But it looks like a lot of it is like they did to it, but this one looks sick. Yep. It's crazy.
How'd you find out about all these places?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I love, there's also this abandoned opera house there's this like some of these are really obscure though. So like I should have put like the coordinates better, like where I found that, because it's gonna be really hard for me to like track these down again. Because I watched like me and my friends, this girl that I know, she's really, really good. Her friends are really good at just like literally like around here. They just like look at the maps and stuff. They're mad good at just like kind of like intuition and like also just like pinpointing like where you think abandoned places would be, how they look based on the maps and stuff. But how I find places around the world, I literally just follow like mad photographers on Instagram that take pictures of abandoned places, and then I follow a lot of like YouTubers too that like vlog abandoned places, and then I just like Google it, search it.
Dude, if I'm ever lost in the woods, I need to take you and your friends with me. We'll get out of that shit.
That ass. We're foragers, dude. We are little foragers. We could make our way back real quick.
That's pretty sick, though. That's a great skill.
Or we want to make our way back. We be chilling in the woods, surviving, bro. You be wanting to come to us.
Hey, man, I'm all for it. I'm cool being off the grid.
Yeah.
What are the cool stuffs on that bucket list?
I have like things like, honestly, like I want to build like a fairy village and like how like we have Breakheart here.
Yep.
So I want to go throughout Breakheart and like build like little fairy villages and like put them like throughout Breakheart so people can find them, and like it's like a little like forage hunt. So it's like on my bucket list too. I don't have things that cool. Traveling to. That's why I was like, I have other things too. You know what I mean? I have like like I don't know. I have like weird ones.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be kind of cool in like a creepy sort of way. It'd be almost like a GTA quest or like a.
Oh my god! Yeah, like it has to be like quest. Quest, exactly. It's gonna be like a little quest, and it's like a whole little thing. Like it's gonna be a whole thing.
Are they gonna get a reward for collecting all?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be a whole thing.
They'll get the first ever edition of the clothing line before it goes big.
Oh shit!
They'll get like the first ever made. They'll get those pants, and they'll get that purple dress.
The purple dress. I love it. But yeah. That's I don't know.
You don't want to read off anything else? No?
I don't know. Some of these are like oh, I did this one. Go to a deep underground cave. I went to this. Wow, this one's kind of crazy because I got this thing too. So I went to this cave in Belize. I went like in Belize, they have it's insane. Like anybody who like travels anywhere, I say Belize, like go to Belize first because it's so cheap. You like experience so much. The people there are so lovely. Like literally walk around barefoot, like, and just like are so nice. But I went to this underground cave and I got this like leaf from it, and I just thought it was so cool because like look at the design it left on it from like the light coming in. It's like swirly.
That's pretty sick. I didn't even think it was like from the light. I thought it was like somebody was like making cave paintings or something.
Oh, you can literally see if you were here in person, you can see it's like the leaf is completely dried out now.
Yeah.
And where those spots are, it just looks like more dried out, like really thin. Like the light was just like decaying it like a little bit.
Where is Belize?
It's in South America. Okay. But I went to the main island a little bit. That's where I got that from. And also I met this guy there that made me this little, look how cute. I don't know if you can see this.
I can see it, yeah.
It's so cute.
Was it supposed to be like a praying mantis?
Yeah, it's a little grasshopper. He made it out of like a bamboo leaf or some shit. Not bamboo leaf, a freaking palm tree leaf. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So I did that and I got that leaf.
That's so cool, dude. It's like you're almost like a female Indiana Jones, just going around all these crazy places.
Oh yeah.
All I needs a hat and a whip.
Yeah. It's funny. Like
I probably just gave you a bad idea.
Yeah, honestly.
Bad for anybody traveling with you now.
You want to see something crazy that I have? I have like a sword.
Sword?
It's not a real sword, but I couldn't really hurt somebody with it. But I'm like,
is it signed by Randy Jackson?
It's like no, but it's like that'd be sick. But it's really nice. It's so cool. You can like cleanse your aura with it and stuff. My sister, she sells rocks and she makes really cool rock things too. Shout out to her.
Dude, your whole family makes cool stuff, huh?
Things. Yeah, she makes these things and she also sells like rocks too, like separately, but she makes like all this kind of stuff and she made that one too.
Does she have like her own line and everything?
Yeah, so hers is like really hard to pronounce, but it's Adolescence on Instagram.
You'll have to send me the ads for yours and then for hers, and I'll
that's what I was saying. I was like, I got you after. Yeah, that's sick.
That's pretty cool. I might actually get some stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Like she will hook you up. She's got the best shit, dude. And her page is like so. That's what I'm talking about. The aesthetic. Like she got that shit down like to a T. Like she's so good with it.
When you get rolling with all those pants and that other cool funky stuff, I have to cop some of that too.
Yeah, I gotta like roll out with more of my shit and like be better with my like content though. I'm like really bad with like getting on top of it.
Yeah.
And like, dang.
As long as you're making good products, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fact. And that's the thing too. Like I want to make sure like it's always like when I look at it, it's like something that like I really like, where it's like I like it so much where it's like, you know, like I want to keep it like for myself, you know what I mean? Then it's like not a good enough product that like I give somebody else. I don't want it, you know?
Yeah.
So if it's not that good, I'm like, I'm gonna keep this to the side and add something else to it. Or like, you know, finesse with it in another way.
Need the seal of approval.
Also, sometimes I'm like a little hard on myself because I'd be like something and then my friends come over and they're like, dude, this is so dope. And I'm like, really? Because I was thinking like I did too much here.
No, what's the worst is when you feel like you have something down pat and you fall asleep and you wake up the next day and you're like, yeah, this is absolute shit. Like, what was I thinking?
Aw.
Had that?
Damn. I don't know. That's why I was like, I don't think I've had that yet.
I've had that. I mean, it's been kind of minor. Like off the top of my head, like when I was making the new logo for this, like I had all these designs and I'm like, damn, like this looks like shit, like at least to me. So I just kept like remaking it. Because it was like late at night, like I was like half asleep, like sitting at the laptop, just kind of scratching out, trying to put shit together.
You can always be like, I was tired, but you know, this is somewhat of a progress and gives me ideas for something else.
Yeah.
It's not like it looks like crap. It's just like not the best thing that you want right now.
It's not to your standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always like renovate things and keep going and like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you keep working on it and you're looking for progression, you know.
Yeah.
That's like with anything.
I always think that's the thing though. I always stop myself if I get too tired or if like I'm like too hungry or something. Like I can feel my body and like I'm like, no, I need to rest. Like I can't give my energy and my full love and attention towards my craft if I'm not like, you know, like fully like within my
involved in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I definitely feel that. Definitely feel that. Was there anything else you've been up to or anything? Like, because again, like, besides this small conversation, like, this is all I like know about you. Like, you know, like, you're an adventurer. We went to high school together, and you make some pretty dope clothes. You know.
I don't know. What do you usually? Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
What made you start watching the podcast?
Honestly, I think you had someone on it, or I just follow you and you're like posting it a lot, and then you had someone on it that I knew, and I was like, oh, that's dope. And Sean and like them have podcasts too, so like, you know, like I go support them too, so like that's why I was like, you know, I love supporting like our local people and stuff, you know, outreaching to each other. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, cool.
Are you gonna remember my last name though, unlike Sean and the other guy?
Honestly, it's fucked up because like even with celebrities, like it's really fucked up. I don't even know celebrities' names sometimes, even with artists I really like, and people think I'm like those like like those girls who wear like those shirts, the band, they're like, what song? Da, da, da. And I'm like, dude, I know like every song, I just can't fucking name it, get out of my face. Like, you know, like that. Like it's so annoying. One time I think it was like, yeah, I even get like people's names mixed up all the time with artists. So I'm just a scatterbrain. You can see that. Look at me.
Yeah, I mean, you've gotten up and went to like 4 different parts of your house.
I think if I like, you know what I mean, like, I don't know, I have to like personally know you for like years, bro. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. You know, people operate in different ways. It's as long as you get what you want to get done. You know,
yeah,
doesn't matter how you do it. It's that it
does
get done.
I'm kind of really fucked up. I need to like get on my shit though. Like you're like really making me, you know what I mean? I like this.
What do you mean? Like, you think I'm like drilling you?
No, I was like, you're like calling me out. I was like, I need to remember people's names and shit. Like that's not good. And I towards it. Like that's not okay. It's not nice.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's not the end of the world.
Oh.
I mean, if I had to choose between somebody not knowing my name and just like somebody being respectful to me, I'll pick somebody being respectful to me all day, you know? But I guess knowing their name is a part of being respectful in a sense.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, fact. But yeah. Sorry if I'm talking fast or I'm talking over you. I do that a lot. I've been called out.
It's all good. Half the time I feel like I'm talking over people, you know what I mean? Like I try to sit and listen a lot, like even in general, like when having like a normal conversation. But sometimes like I'll just think of something like really, really cool. And like, I just feel like, oh my God, like I need to get this out or I'm going to forget. Like my memory, like over the years, I feel like has gone worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. I'm like, I need to stop smoking weed.
Even when like I was a little kid, like I could sit still like for hours, but like most little kids, like they'd be like, you know, off the wall, like jumping everywhere, ADHD. Nowadays, I feel like I've like almost developed ADHD, which is weird. I'm like completely fucking backwards.
Damn, that's crazy. Seems super relaxed and chilled me. I don't know. But who knows? You might go off the rockers.
I'm already teetering. If you ask people who know me close, they're like, yeah, this kid's fucking, he's broken. He's gone. His brain is like walkie slush.
So that.
They're like in the span of like the last year, like this kid's gone from like 0 to 100. Like he's just like off the edge.
No, don't say that.
No, it's in a good way though. You know,
it's in a good way though.
It's in a good way. You know, I feel like I was almost like too stiff and too uptight, even though like I knew how to have a good time. But now I'm like,
okay, so you're like,
I know the balance now, you know.
You always got to keep the kid in you, honestly. It's what keeps like.
I feel like the kid in me never really had a chance to come out. I had so much shit going on at home, you know. So now it's like, all right, like now the kid's out, you know, like let's get it going, you know.
Yeah, big fact. It's child healing. We all need it.
Hey, everything takes time. That's what it is, you know.
Yep. True. But yeah, what else is new?
Nothing really. I mean, you're the guest. So you tell me about you. We're not all here to talk about me.
I was gonna say, do you ever like what do you usually do? You ever make these like dialogue towards something, you kind of just like always like spin off. Like,
I always just wing it.
Yeah.
Like
improv.
Yeah, I mean, most people, they ask me that. They're like, do you ever just like have like notes and you write down questions you want to ask? Because everything, at least the way like I think of it, and people have told me, like everything seems kind of seamless in the way that the episodes are run. And I'm like, dude, do I look like a man with a plan? Like I literally just bullshit my way through everything, just like in life. You know what I mean? Like,
oh my God, it's working.
You know,
honestly, life's all about you just go with the flow and it works out anyway. You know,
Yeah.
just with us and we'll trust you back.
But I wouldn't say, yeah, exactly. I mean, to that point, like I wouldn't say it's bullshit. It's more so just me just being myself. You know, you just genuinely having a conversation like with somebody. That's literally like all this is. Like I say it on all the episodes. Like all people I've had on are people who I've never really had a full blown conversation with. And so you just get to know more about them and get to learn some of the like skills and crafts and experiences and different insights that they have. You know what I mean?
That's nice. Yeah, facts. I like that.
It's like what we were saying earlier. Like, you know, obviously we went to school for a number of years, but we never actually, I don't even think we formally introduced ourselves, to be honest.
Were we in any of the same classes?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think we just kind of knew each other from like word of mouth or like just randomly in the halls or something.
Yeah, I honestly like think like, well, yeah, definitely. Cause like, I don't know. I was gonna say, who do you like? Who's your squad? Who do you hang out with? Like, who do you hang out with still from high school?
You know, Alex Rendon.
Yeah.
Asian Alex. Yeah, that's my boy.
Oh, Alex. What's up? That's so funny. What the hell?
Yeah.
That's so cute. I love seeing like when people keep in contact still.
From high school, it's really him, Vinny Labono, Restino, and Giuseppe.
God. Like I know these people because I went to like when I first came here from Wyoming, I like went to school with them.
Where'd you go, SBA?
Yeah.
I went to SBA too.
Maybe that's what like you look more familiar because I've definitely seen you're probably in SBA too. So it's like
yeah.
I'm probably yeah.
But that's even worse. Like we've gone to school since middle school together and we've never really had a conversation.
Yeah, that shit happens.
I mean, life happens. It's kind of just, it is what it is.
I've only like really like talked to people. I barely talked to people who are like in my classes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let alone in my classes. I wasn't like a person I am now. I'm trying to be now, like person who like goes up to me like, hey, what's up, Mash? How you doing?
Yeah. I mean, as long as it's not forced, like you're genuine about it, it's all really matters, you know. Some people, they like being introverted. They like just like being themselves. It's just kind of who they are, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it was just like more like that in school, to be honest. I don't know. I was always weird with like teachers and stuff too. Always making bubble and stuff, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
SBA days.
Dude, that's cool. That's what I'm saying. It's like, so like, when did you start going there?
I went there at the end of 8th grade. Like I literally like a month or two. I didn't even really like go to get there. It's like, you know, I remember Miss Flynn and Mr. Nazaro.
Yeah.
They're cool. Yeah. Yeah.
So you didn't even really get the full 8th grade experience then?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But kind of, because I got introduced to a lot of the teachers and a lot of the principals and stuff.
Honestly, dude, like when I was in school, like I was more cool with the teachers. Not even sound like a teacher's like pet or nothing. Just like the teachers are pretty real, like at the schools that you know, in the classes that we had. But most of the kids, like, you know, I got along with everybody, but I was never like buddy with a lot of people.
I see that. That's good though. I started getting along with teachers more in my senior year.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Well, they make like such good, you know, networking and connections, and you know, obviously they're very knowledgeable. I mean, anybody who's you know, older than you has like a greater degree of knowledge. Of course, they've just been through some more shit. So
That's fact too. And like sometimes I just be like, I don't know, they have bad days too. Like they can have like a bad day too, you know what I mean? Like they can, so it's fine.
That's the thing, like with teachers and then really any position, like whether it's you know, like a cop or a firefighter or even like somebody who works like in a hospital, anybody, like an athlete, like we get so caught up in like this is their position, this is their job, but we don't realize like, hey, like it's just a person at the end of the day.
Dude, they're human too.
Yeah. Legit. Show them some love, you know?
Big fact.
You have any trips coming up soon?
Oh, I don't know. I always try to like go somewhere for like my birthday and stuff, to be honest. I'm like, I have to be somewhere when my turn 20.
Birthday week.
Birthday week. Woo, woo.
When's your birthday?
February. What are you?
January.
What sign are you?
Capricorn.
Capricorn. Oh, I'm a moon Capricorn. Do you know your moon sign?
No, I'm not big into that stuff. I just know I'm a Capricorn, you know.
Earth sign.
I didn't even know they had different signs on top of the zodiac signs.
Yeah, so like, can I break it down for you?
Yeah, sure. I mean, hey, I'm here to learn, you know.
Yeah. So for astrology, there's pretty much like so there's like 12 planets, you know. So each planet represents kind of something. So it's like the sun is like your overall personality, and that's why everybody like knows their sun sign. It's like what planet was aligned the same time the sun was aligned with Earth. So it's like giving the energy. So it goes like that with all the other planets too. So like where was like your Mercury, or was your Venus, like where were all those planets aligned the time you were born on Earth? And like Venus obviously represents love, like everybody knows that. Mercury represents like communication. Mars represents like aggression, and like so on and so forth. So like each planet like kind of represents something. So yeah, and then like that's how you, when you get more into it, it's really cool because like you go find out, you'll be like, wow, this shit's actually like pretty accurate and pretty true. Because like, you know, or like, oh, like I'm a sun Pisces, but I totally relate to like Capricorn stuff. And it's like, oh, because I'm a Capricorn moon. I have moon in my place. I have like Capricorn in my placement. So obviously I relate to that. Like we all have mad placements of like so many different zodiacs. And that's why we all relate. We're all connected.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to that stuff, there's either one or two different like ways of thinking. There's no in between. It's either, oh my God, like I'm a firm believer in this, or that's absolute bullshit, you know?
No, it's not. No.
So you're on the firm believer side?
No, because it's like, how could you not believe in this, dude? The ocean literally moves. I mean, the moon literally moves the ocean, right? Yeah. Like that's how we have currents and stuff. So you don't think the moon has effect on us? We're literally how much % water? You know what I mean?
It's like 80%, I think.
So you don't think the moon has effect on us? You don't think these giant planets that are orbiting around us, that are keeping us in place, their energy and their like cosmic effects don't have effects and energies on us?
Oh no, so me personally, I totally believe that in terms of the world in general, not just this planet, like everything is connected in some sort of way.
Yeah.
Like, there's no denying that.
Right. And then let me break
the zodiac thing.
I'm gonna make you a believer.
I'll have to look into that more. What was that?
Are you a believer? You're like a firm no, a firm yeah.
Of what exactly?
Of like I guess like astrology and like zodiacs and stuff.
I don't know enough about it. So the thing is with me, like if I don't know anything about it, I don't try to just make an assumption and just decide, you know. I'll try to dive deep into it, get a sense of, okay, like this is what it is, this is what it's about, and then make my own opinion based off that. I'm never just like following a crowd where it's like, oh yeah, that's bullshit, or like, yeah, I believe that, you know.
Yeah, same. I always have to do like mad research and like really look into it, because I feel like that makes me believe in it even more, is when I have like science and facts and things like that to like back it up. Yeah. Like our aura, like that's like literally real. Like we actually do have an aura, like that's scientifically proven. Like we do have a vessel that keeps our bodies like here. That's like you can't even see it. You know what I mean?
Is that almost like an energy?
Yeah.
Like, almost like a vibe in a
way? Life. It's like a life force around us.
Yeah.
It's like a capsule within our bodies. It's like keeping our bodies. You know what I mean?
No, and I mean that I believe in. Like you can feel, like when you get in contact with another person, you can just feel it. like coming off their body. It's like an intangible sort of sensation. It's weird.
Oh, okay, wow, that's cool. I like that.
Why, you never thought of it in that way?
And energy, yeah, but like auras, yeah, I guess it's like the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times, like when people walk into a room, you could feel like the mood of the room change based off of the energy too, you know?
100%.
Like if they're energetic, like, you know, you're just like, you're almost like a kid in the candy store. Like, yeah, like this dude, like he's ready to roll. He's ready to party. Let's get jiggy. Somebody walks in, they're like moping. It's like freaking grandma's having like a rough day. Like she didn't freaking get her sponge bath or some stupid shit. Like you literally just feel like, oh man, like this fucking old bitch. Like what the fuck?
Oh my God. I'd be more sympathetic, but
all that stuff's interesting. You know, it's
definitely.
I definitely believe in it in a certain degree, but I would love to learn even more about it.
Yeah, I was just saying, I was like, definitely when you dive more into it, when you get more invested in it, like you'll see, like you'll be like, damn, this shit's actually pretty accurate and actually pretty true.
I think you should give a lesson for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want, like, we can totally do your birth chart, bro. We can break it down for you.
All right, let's do it.
Oh my God,
stuff's interesting, you know.
Wait, do you really want to?
I'm dead serious. Why not?
Honestly, that's so funny. How's it going, John?
Is he still rocking?
I'm gonna do his birth chart.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
Do it.
You still rocking those pants?
I did take them off because I'm sitting on the ground, but yeah. I'm like, huh?
I have this computer, thank God. I was like, do you know what time you were born?
Actually, I have my birth certificate right next to me, believe it or not.
Oh my God, this is so funny. I saw this like meme, this meme. I'm and it was like a screenshot of someone like texting like their mom or something. They're like, what's her and they're asking their mom, they're like, what time was I born? And the mom's like, stop talking to her. Because you know, like every single time you like, I don't know, like get into a relationship, especially with like an astrology girl, like they're gonna be like, what time were you born? And she's like, stop talking to her.
So I was born at 4:29 p.m.
Okay, I'm gonna look this shit up real quick.
I'm about to get audited by somebody. They're gonna steal my information.
No.
Hey man, they ain't gonna be able to take
now
much,
we need your fingerprint and your social security card and your blood and your DNA.
And the last 4 digits of your debit card.
Yeah. Actually, your full debit card and the CVC on the back.
Bro, it's like those prank calls. Old people always fall for those prank cards. It'd be like, oh, the IRS is calling, like you owe $5,000 in taxes. Like, you'll give us the card over the phone and your social security number. We'll take care of it. Dead ass. Like I worked at a 911 call taking facility in a dispatch center for like 6-7 months. And we used to get calls from people all the time. It was always old people where they got like thousands and thousands of dollars just like robbed from their accounts because
that sucks. Honestly, that's the worst. Like people are so evil. Oh my God, that's terrible. But what day and year were you born?
I was born January 12th, 1998.
98, same year as me.
Yeah. You know.
We're like, what are we? We're like, are we horses or tigers?
I think tigers. Pretty sure tigers.
Did you know that in the zodiac signs for the Chinese horoscopes that they also have like elements? Like there's like the fire tiger, the wood tiger, the earth tiger.
Depending on the month?
Yeah, depending on your month.
Oh, I don't know.
Ah, it's so cool. I'm a fire tiger. You're a dragon. I wonder what dragon you are. We'll look it up.
Yeah.
Because we were doing that the other day at 4th of July.
Which dragon's 96, right?
Dragon is I was born, well, it might be 96, but it's also 88. Okay. So I was born in the 80s.
80s, baby. What's it called? So what time were you born?
4:29 p.m.
What a beautiful time we were born.
PM?
Yep.
4:20.
Almost.
4:20 what?
29. So close.
That is so funny. My friend was born. I said my sister. She's like my sister. She was born on 420.
Yeah, the one that makes the rocks.
The
one that makes the rocks.
No, she's actually my sister. This is like my friend that I've been friends with for years, but she's like my sister.
I got you.
She makes other stuff, but
dude, you have a connection for everything. Like you have somebody who makes everything.
We're all we like to support each other and like become, like fuck the 1%. We out here support local.
You could almost with your clique of friends, you could almost go back to the trade and for goods like
that's
system.
Literally
you don't
the goal.
even really need
no. That is literally the goal. Okay, we're starting literally a colony. Okay, we're not gonna have no presidents and any of that bullshit. Cryptocurrency, no money. Yo, we're living to survive and love.
Goods for services.
To thrive and love and spread light. Anyway, where were you born?
I was born Boston.
What, just Boston?
Yeah, Boston kid.
Boston Medical?
Doesn't say. I want to say Mass General.
Oh, okay, because I was like, where'd the...
It's probably more likely.
No. Okay, let's just delete all your information. Oh no, then I was gonna say. Do you see what's happening here? I'm so bad with technology.
See, at least you saying that, I know you're not going to take my information and hack me, so I can have a clean conscience over that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pressing you. Hold on, I think it just needs to load. Let me send. Come on, computer, you can do this. I think honestly, it's good.
What's this, like a website that tells you everything based off the information?
Yeah, so I'll show you what it kind of breaks it down for you. So this is called Natal Chart for those who want to like do it. Oh my God, this is terrible. But it kind of looks like this.
It's all right.
But like not blurry.
You could see it pretty clear. You just had it good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you had it good.
See it clear?
Yeah, when you pulled it away at the end, it was kind of, like right there, it's pretty clear. You can put it a little bit closer. Just a little bit closer. Yeah. That's honestly, that's pretty clear.
Oh, okay. It looks like it's like mad fucked from here.
No, on here it looks good.
So it says your sun, obviously, is a Capricorn. Your moon is in Cancer. So, yeah, I was like, so your so your sun, which is your overall personality, and like is a Capricorn, which is a Earth sign. And then your moon, which is a water sign, is Cancer. So your moon is emotion. So you're probably like, you're a water sign. I don't want to like press too hard and like tell you like all your shit.
No, that's what I want to know. I want to know what the breakdown is.
Okay, well, you're probably like more emotional and like, like Cancers are pretty like sentimental and things like that. So
honestly,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
Low
so
key.
Then your Capricorn, I was gonna say, but your Capricorn comes off like more like sturdy and stable, and like you don't kind of give a fuck, and like Capricorns are kind of like more materialistic. They come off too, but Cancers are like not either. And then you're a lot of Capricorn though, because the way you communicate is also like a Capricorn, and then your Venus, the way you love, is also a Capricorn, which is an Earth sign. Do you know more about Capricorns?
I don't know. Like I just know that like they're pretty much like I always describe Capricorns as like having the power of like the world.
Yeah.
And, or like having like a lot of power, and then also like creating like the crucible, like the walls around it. Whereas like Sagittarius, which is mine, is like having all the power, but like just like spewing it everywhere. You know what I mean? Just being like, oh, whatever. But Capricorns, I think, are like more pointed and more focused.
Yeah. So Capricorns are also like, or more like each sign too also has like a masculine or feminine trait, and then they all have like earth, air, water, or like fire, and then they're also either like fixed, cardinal, or malleable.
I feel like this is Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I know, it's so crazy. It's intense. It's intense, honestly. But yeah, it makes sense because like obviously everything has to balance out with like yin and yang. That's what yin and yang's all about, is like the feminine and masculine energy and everything. And then all like the elements within our like earth and how we survive: earth, air, water, fire, you know. And then cardinal, malleable, fixed is kind of like just like the what is it called, like the seasons, you know what I mean? And it's like that, and it's like the same thing, like some things are more fixed, some things are more malleable, and then some things are cardinal, which can kind of like switch on and off. But Capricorns overall are like ambitious and disciplined and pessimistic. And then, oh my god, this like switched to another thing. And then Cancers are more protective and brilliant in individuals. I'm gonna like switch this around real quick. I'm just gonna go through your chart and like not really break it down like that though, because like honestly that's too in depth. That's why I was like, I don't know. That's why I was like, I don't know if I want to go too ham into this, because I'm already like, which is like 2 first signs. So I'm just gonna tell you, like, break it down like really, really fast for you.
All right, that's cool. Crash course.
Yeah. So like your sun's a Capricorn, which is an earth sign. Your moon, which is emotions, is water sign, Cancer. Your Mercury, which is how you communicate, is an earth sign. Venus is earth sign. So earth is obviously like more grounded. Water is like more like emotions and like flexible too. Same with air. It's like, you know, you can kind of think of like these as like the elements, is like what it kind of subtets to.
I just keep thinking of Avatar. I think that makes sense for me.
Honestly, like it's kind of like it is like it does succumb to that too though, because you can see like what kind of like emotions they more have, like how Aang, he's air and he's like more like and then I forget all their names, and then the fiery one,
Zuko and Katara, and then there's Toph, who's the water thunder.
Very also kind of like Aang, but like more sturdy because she's also water, so she has more dense to her, but she's still like very like
yeah. And
like, you know, I mean, you can tell the Earth girl, she's more like, she's very like grounded and like sturdy, like, so you can base stuff literally Avatar, because Avatar has mad like a lot of really like good life quotes in there, honestly, and like a lot of lessons. Like,
dude, Uncle Iroh's my favorite. Like I was going Uncle Iroh, dude, I was legit fiending. So last year, like I had some like shit going on, like my personal life, and I started watching that show again, and literally like Uncle Iroh quotes, literally I would just go to sleep like fucking just listen to Uncle Iroh quotes. It literally got me through it.
I write them down in my notebook. Like I literally pause.
I have a note tab on my phone, just Uncle Iroh quotes.
I'm a nerd like that. It's so funny. But yeah, and then your Neptune, which is how you kind of like dream, is also in Capricorn, so that's also like an earth sign. Your Lilith, which is like your like shadow self, and like also how people sometimes like can like perceive you as is a Libra. So like Libras are like very outgoing usually, and like airy and like vibrant. That's an air sign. Do you know what Pluto does? Yeah, I was like, I don't know too much about all these. That's all I know, honestly. But, and we can go down here, and this is what's really interesting. Your masculine and your feminine traits are balanced out, so you're 5 and 5. So like, for me, I have more feminine charms than masculine charms. So that's why I'm like, probably like, you know, I'm like not as like with rules and structure, you know, that's like a more like masculine thing. But your looks like your feminine and masculine are like balanced out, so you're pretty like level with that, which is awesome. And then you also have like all the elements within you. So you have fire, earth, air, and water. But you're definitely more earth. Like you have so much Capricorn in your chart. You're like 4 earth, so you're definitely like more grounded, and you're more cardinal. So like you said, like your opinion can be changed, but you have to have facts to back it up. Yeah.
So basically I'm the Avatar. Basically,
actually, I have all my elements, and all my elements are balanced out.
How do you know if they're balanced out, though?
They'll be like, you know, you'll have the like,
it's like 1 for 1 and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Actually, I think all mine balanced out. I think I have like one more. Yeah, I think I have like I think I have like 3 water, 2 air, 2 earth, 2 fire. I'm pretty sure I have like one more of something though. I'm pretty sure actually, because I'm not that balanced out.
What's your rising?
Libra.
Oh, and that's literally like the balance.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what it's funny because our Liliths are the same, our shadow selves are the same. We're both Libras.
That's like not knowing you now, I could 100% see it. But from what the perception of you was back in the day, there's no shot I would have ever guessed that.
Well, you know.
But again, that's the perception. I didn't know you. You know, I don't like to assume anything about anybody or
That's
anything.
Bad. That's true. I like that.
So you guys went to like high school?
Yeah. So I was gonna say, yeah. Yep. We went to middle school, actually. We didn't even realize. But we went to middle school together too.
For 2 months.
Yeah, for 2 months.
Hey, still counts.
I went to middle school here. Like when people ask me, like, where'd you go to middle school? And here I'm like, I don't know, like SBA. Like I went to Wyoming. People don't know that school in Wyoming.
Oh, you know what's interesting about your chart too is the fact that you were born in England.
Oh yeah, I was born in England too.
That's like under those like stars. It's like definitely.
Oh yeah. And where I was born too, like Oxford. Right from like Wazzy, she was like, "You're definitely a witch. Like you're born in the realms." Yeah. Sorry, off conversation.
It's all good. It's all relevant. It's all good.
I love it. Johnathan here. He's part of it now, honestly.
I'm gonna have to make a little diagram with you and John on it.
Right, like just the model. Just the model.
Yeah, just the model.
Making new friends.
New friends. Did you try this dip? Is it good?
It's so good.
You guys make me hungry, dude. I'm legit a glutton. I'll eat like anything that's thrown in front of me.
Ooh.
We try to be healthy over here.
Yeah, me too, unfortunately.
Oh, there's walnuts.
Yeah, there is. They're deep down there. I was like, I think you have to like finish the whole thing before the nuts come down. I was like, kind of fucked up. But yeah, it's astrology. Real quick.
Hey man, that's the crash course. That's like what was the name of those crash courses they used to make us watch like in school? It was like with the robot and the other guy.
What?
You never watched those?
TED Talks? I don't even know.
No, it was see, I keep wanting to say Rick and Morty, but it's not Rick and Morty. It's like Dick and Moby or some shit like that.
Dick and Moby. I'll put this here.
I can't even think of the name now. It's like I gotta look it up now. This is gonna kill me.
I'm glad I'm getting a feature on the podcast. It's kind of cool.
All right.
I'm about to put this on that like some credits.
It's called Brain Pop.
Do it. Put
Brain
it on your
Pop.
Give him a shout out. Brain Pop.
Brain Pop, dude. They used to have like a 5-minute like crash course in every subject you could ever think of in school. Half the times the teachers throw like a bunch of those on, give us a worksheet, and that was class.
Was it on iPads?
It was more of a middle school thing, so that might be why you don't really remember it. Maybe that wasn't like a Wyoming thing.
Yeah, dude, we were like little brats. We had like the iPads. We were like the first people that had iPads in the high school.
Yeah, dude. As soon as we left, they got MacBooks.
That's honestly better to have a computer than a tablet. It was like a giant phone. So we were responsible for them. Honestly, I thought.
Literally, we just started using computer.
I don't think technology that much should be in schools. Like, I don't know. I feel weird about technology though.
Yeah, I mean it's great, but you gotta like have discipline. It's definitely not. I wouldn't recommend it for like high schoolers, maybe seniors or something.
Oh my god, I totally do remember this.
Yeah, you remember this, right?
Oh my god, I definitely did this even in Wyoming.
Dude, it was like 5-minute crash courses in like every subject. I bet you they have an astrology one. I would guarantee it.
That's so funny. You think they do?
Probably. Let's look it up. They have it literally on everything. Like they have it in stuff that's not just like school stuff.
I love that you know. This is hilarious.
Constellations. Is that close enough? Because then you'd have to do the quiz afterward, and then they'd like give us a worksheet or something.
Probably one.
But it was a quiz after it.
Yeah, I think it's the closest they got. Constellations. Let me make you log in. I'm not logging in, bro. All right, science class is over. They asked me to log in, so screw them.
Do you remember the school bus? Magic school bus?
Magic school bus, yeah.
Yo, that girl, she had swag.
Oh, Miss Frizz?
Frizzle?
Yeah, Miss Frizzle had swag.
Yeah.
I mean, she was nice. I always remember the episode where like they went into people's bodies or whatever.
Yeah, that show is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bro, I legit only remember like memes on the internet when it comes to that show. I don't remember a damn thing. Like this, like it was a huge meme for like a long time. Like, people would just make fun of the show.
I used to love that.
There was a time when people made fun of the show. Yeah, that's so true.
I used to love it. Oh my god.
They're making a new Miss Frizzle. Like they're making a new Magic School Bus.
Oh, they're remaking it?
It better come.
But it's like she's not the same. She's not the same. Like it's like people are like, oh, she's not the same.
Are they gonna make it almost like modernized, I guess?
Yo, I remember like you guys are different. I remember like Wishbone.
Oh my god, I know Wishbone.
Yeah.
Bro, I know Wishbone.
Okay, do you remember that show with the lemurs and everything?
Yo, you know.
Yeah, Zambubafoo.
No one knows Wishbone, dude. Can we explain Wishbone real quick?
I don't know Wishbone. I know Zambubafoo though.
Literally, no, it was like a TV series, right?
Yeah.
It was like, yeah. And there was like probably a movie too. It was about this dog. No, I know Wishbone. No one knows Wishbone. I always mention Wishbone. No one knows Wishbone. Yo, I fucking love Wishbone. At a certain point, I was like, wow, I'm literally watching a dog solve mysteries. Like,
that just sounds like McGruff the crime dog to me.
Okay, let me tell you. There's this kid show. And it's literally a dog, like a legit dog, like a real life dog, and this dog literally runs around and like saves people from like crazy situations.
Different time.
Yeah.
Like Sherlock Holmes. Yeah. Like I remember he was Sherlock Holmes, which was the cutest outfit ever.
That was my favorite one.
Yeah, like,
or the Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah,
one.
something like that.
So he'd literally be like, he'd be like going throughout like time and history. Yeah,
is this him?
All the mysteries, and he'd be like, people would look at him though like he was like a grown-ass man. Like they would literally treat this dog like he was like a handsome like
dude, he's mad cute
in the world, and he's just like this little dog.
Yeah, he was and then it was like Wishbone, and then it was like that show with the guy like Zumafu or whatever.
Oh my god, Zumafu. You know Zumafu, right?
Yeah, I know that one. I used to love that one.
Show called Zoom too.
Wait, Zoom?
Or like, was it called Zoom?
I think it was Zambubafoo.
Remember, it
sounds good.
Zambubafoo. Here we go. Here he is. Dude.
Oh, that's so good.
That was cool because I was like, wow, they're lemurs.
Zambubafoo.
Brothers who.
Yeah. I was so sad when it went away.
I think we just probably grew out of it. Probably.
No, that shit. It
got taken over by like iCarly.
Yeah.
And like.
Yeah, probably. Honestly. Yo, when Nick bought Nickelodeon, that's when it went to trash.
Bro, I used to love the OG shows like Drake and Josh and everything.
Yeah, bro. Yo, they're making iCarly again. Did you guys hear that?
I saw that. Jeanette McCurdy's on it though.
Who?
Sam, the blonde chick. Sam Puckett. He's not in it.
They fucked her up.
Ooh.
Yeah, I heard about all that.
Is she like famous person or something? You guys
yeah, you know that blonde girl from iCarly?
No, I actually never ever saw the show.
You've never even seen like the headlines to iCarly, like the 3 people.
Like no.
You'd probably knew if you pulled it up.
Yeah, he definitely would.
Yeah. You see, Drake Bell went to jail.
Who?
Drake Bell.
For
Drake
what?
And Josh. I forget for what. He got arrested like 2 weeks ago or some shit.
What? That's wild. Wow. It's crazy hearing about like you know, like the shit that goes on in Hollywood. You're like, wow. Wow. Did you look? You don't even know. Yeah.
But that's cool. Like she looks like maybe even like brown skin, like Latina or something. It's like cool. Like
yeah. She was like.
I just remember the meme, like the meme with her that still goes around, where she's like on the computer. Like
attempted child endangerment. It looks like he got charged with.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
That's fucked.
That's some real shit.
Does he have a kid? Is that why?
Yeah, is it a kid or is it like a random kid?
No, it was somebody at like a concert or an event. That's like that's almost like some pedo shit, bro.
That's what I was thinking when
fucked.
That's automatically what I went to it. I tried to look bad,
yeah,
but
like,
it's just because of Hollywood. That's what I think.
Hollywood?
Yeah, that's always what I think of in Hollywood.
Wait, like he like trafficked someone or something?
John,
right there. If you ever seen one of these,
that
blonde chick is the one who's not coming back to the show.
Yeah, he looks
dirty. You hear that? Like, okay, so
as long as Spencer comes back, honestly.
Do you know
yeah, he's coming back. The dude's mad funny.
Like basically, like raping so many women.
Who got out?
Bill Cosby.
Oh yeah, I know.
Dude, I can't believe he got out of jail, bro. That's crazy.
Did you remember like a few weeks back? So remember like months back, like there was this whole thing with that what's that place? What's that furniture place? That furniture website called that they got in trouble because they were like selling lockers for like $15,000, or they'd be like selling pillows.
What?
You never heard about this? They'd be like selling pillows.
Is it like
Wayfair? That's what it's called.
Oh.
Yeah, and so like literally they were selling like pillows for like $15,000 or like a locker for like $15,000. But it turned out that these were like ways that child traffickers could like buy people. And so now the person who like so there was like some CEO like lady who was like in trouble for it. And like she, now that Bill Cosby or whatever got off, her same lawyers are trying to be like, oh, can we like get like basically off from get no charges or like their charges reduced because they like.
Are you fucking serious? Like, and Wayfair's still up. That whole website should be shut down now. Like I don't know why. Like
it's a real thing. It's like wild.
Bro, if you got money, that's all it is.
Kids, do you think you're gonna have kids? Like
hell no, I'm gonna adopt and I'm gonna change the society. That's what's gonna happen. I ain't having no kids.
I'm just like, how
that.
Even my parents.
There's enough kids in this world that need a home.
Even my own parents, I'm like, how could you have me in this world? Like now I have to survive and thrive.
You ever think about that? Like what percentage of kids or mistakes are like actually intentional? Like I feel like a large chunk of children are like mistakes.
Yo, Corona babies.
The Corona babies. The Corona baby boom.
So many babies boomed out this year just because people were bored inside. Didn't know what else to do other than bug.
Like the blizzard of.
Or like post-World War II.
I'm done. Baby boomer.
Okay, boomer.
What do you guys think is gonna happen for the future? Like, what's gonna be the future? Like, what's next?
You always ask this. I love this. The technology one, yeah.
Dude, he's asking some cool ass shit. Now, this is like the type of conversations I like to have.
Because it's like, what is it gonna be like after the iPhone? Like, it's like, what else is gonna take our attention? You know, because like first it was the TV. Like the TV was something, or like the radio,
and then the phone,
the radio, the TV. Now it's like the phone. So it's like, what is it gonna be?
Cars, maybe. I'm thinking we're gonna get flying cars because like we're gonna go to space soon or some shit, right?
Or just like everything's remote, like remote cars or something.
But they've been saying flying cars. You're supposed to come out like 2010 or some shit. We're still driving our asses on the ground.
We thought 2020 was gonna be so much more like futuristic. It's like all we got in COVID. Like 420 was ruined. Like 420. Do you know how many years I waited for 420 in 2020? Just to be
honestly, that would have been lit.
Just to sit inside.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No.
Oh, but like going forward, it's like what else can they physically do besides like make you yourself like a computer or capable of instantly having the technology already pulling out a phone? Like they could. What if they put like a chip or like they embedded something like in your brain where it's like
arm?
Like okay, like I'm thinking it's like instead of going, what's my zodiac sign? Instead of going to Google, it's like okay, like I popped it up like here it is inside like your head, and boom, you already got the info.
Is that what putting the chip thing in our head?
I don't even know, but Amazon does have these glasses. Like my like sister-in-law, Amazon like gave her these glasses to like what is it called, beta testing or whatever.
Yeah.
Put the glasses on and it has the screen like in the glass. It has the screen like in the the computer like in the glasses screen already. So I think that's like it. And then plus like with virtual reality too, like that's also like super big. Like have you played the virtual reality games yet?
I've played one before. Like they used to have the pop-up demos at the malls and stuff.
Yeah. Someone randomly had it at like one of my friend's house and like I was like, wow, this is pretty interesting. It is pretty immersive.
Sharing is caring.
Accommodating, like, you literally throw dinner parties.
I do throw dinner parties a lot.
But yeah. That was actually delicious. I didn't realize you had to put them all together.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, no, you have to try the combo. Because I don't think
you ain't backing out now. You gotta finish that shit.
Wait, what?
I said he isn't backing out now. He's gonna finish that shit.
Yeah, it's so good.
What?
It's so good.
Now it's really coming together.
And it's like a little face.
Yeah.
You see the little face? It's like SpongeBob when he makes his like thing.
Wait,
it's
SpongeBob?
So good.
Pretty patties.
What'd you say?
I said pretty patties.
Yeah, the pretty patties. That's so good. So wait, where do you work at?
I work at a gym. I'm the manager over there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, what gym?
It's in Bedford, so it's like an East Bumfuck.
Oh,
nutty one.
Yeah, because I lived in Woburn like the last 3.5 years. So it was like 10 minutes away from where I was living at. So that's when I started working there. I've been there about 2.5 years now. So pretty cool.
Right.
Pretty cool.
I'm looking for gyms now. Like, I'm like looking for a place. Like, I denied this job working at Equinox, like in the store, like in the clothing store, because it was like they were gonna pay me like $13 or $12 or something. Yeah. I should have picking myself because I'm like, I should have took that job.
Yeah, Equinox is so good. I bet they would give you a discount at their gym too.
Yeah, they would have let me just go there.
Yeah, I mean, you can go almost anywhere and get paid that much. Like, what's the minimum wage, No. Unless you're like scrapping by for money and you're just trying to do something, just make some money real quick. Like, I don't know. You look out there. You can find something better,
That's what I'm doing now. I'm about to work at like maybe figure something out. I like applied to Amazon. My background check fully went through. And then like I called the guy and he's like, yeah, I'm looking at it here. Like, I'm like, what? So
am I coming in or not?
I'm looking at it here.
Looking at it, yeah. Does it look good, or is it that hard for me to drive and just drop a package on the door, or?
Easy, but I don't know. I guess whatever. What can you do? I'm like literally after COVID. I feel like COVID really messed me up because before, I was like driving for Lyft. I was like about taking yoga for like 6 days a week, and then my studio shut down. I don't drive for Lyft anymore, and like now I'm gonna have to like figure all this shit out. To pay unemployment back. I like took unemployment.
Oh, you didn't get the taxes out?
Yeah, and I didn't. Like I guess for one session of unemployment, I didn't get the taxes taken out, or something. I think I like gave them the wrong document, and so literally, I'm like, damn, like how do we rebuild? Like I'm like now like having to rebuild after COVID. I'm like really interested to see like what the next like year, 2 years like brings about, because there's still a lot of people unemployed. Like there's still a lot of jobs, and like I heard that there's a lot of jobs even being like automated and things like that.
Yeah, it sucks because there's so many people that are still on unemployment because it's good till I think September with the extra money. But there's a lot of places that are looking for help, but they're only offering like minimum wage or like barely anything. So it's like, is it really worth it to go back to work when I can just sit on my ass and get more money?
They get mad money, dude.
Right. It's like I was like, literally, what's the point of taking this Equinox job if I'm making more just sitting on my ass?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it sucks because it seems to be the bigger businesses that are offering less money, which, it's like they actually have the money to spare. Like there's so many small businesses that went out of business are still open, but they've lost so much income and they're actually willing to pay people more money, which is like entirely backwards.
Fuck the 1%.
Truly.
That ass. I used to work for Lasada,
Leave the rich.
Which is Lasada.
Oh yeah, you were saying.
And they're part of the 1%. They own like almost like so many fucking companies, dude, and they're so rich. I'm like, they paid me like $12 an hour, and they're literally part of the 1%. I'm like, how is a company that literally is infinitely rich paying any of their employees $12? That's just ridiculous, and I like to not anymore.
It's fucked because if they're so far advanced now that all they care about is lining the pockets. They don't care about the business, growing and evolving and continue to have important employees and staff and all that, like
we're not just go on anymore,
Well, people always say like put the customer first, blah, 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 blah. Like, no, if you put the employees first and the staff first, and they're going to make a quality experience, not only for yourself, but also for the customers. And that's how you drive income and revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So funny too, because like I've been applying to jobs too, and like they'll like ask you a question like, why do you want to work here? And like literally, exactly. Literally now on the like,
I'm gonna be honest,
the box they're like, but you can't say like, because like I want to like I need the money, like because like money, that? Yeah, you can't say that.
What
anymore.
The fuck?
So I was like, damn. So many people were just like, yeah, actually because of the pay grade, like because of the cash. Like, but it's like, that's what motivates like anyone to do anything in this capitalist society. As much as I want to be like spiritual, like I feel like me personally, like I feel like spirituality comes to me like super easy. Like not super easy, but like I'm connected to source, and like the idea of like divine, like divinity and serendipity and like life. But it's like we are actually in this world, like we are actually in this capitalist society.
You gotta work for sure.
And it's like that has to be like honored in some way. And for me, like I mean, I'm with my dad, like he always had like a business, like my mom worked every day, and so like I guess from there, like I always kind of like gave like a hippie kind of like personality, because I just didn't care about money. And now like
you never really had to like work for it or anything.
It's like, well, I did work for it when I was younger,
but like you didn't need to.
But I didn't need to, and like I also like had no like, oh, you should like, I guess like they were like, you should save, but they were always just like, you don't like to work, Johnathan. They were like, you clearly just like to have a good time.
Everybody does.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, yeah. Like what? Duh. And so and now I'm like, damn, it's important to like have that, like I think balance is so much more important than just like being like, yeah, I'm just a hippie and like that's how it's gonna go, because it's like
you just have to play a part.
Money is like an energy exchange.
And you have to play a part in society. Like society's still here, it's still gonna be here. You can't just like pretend it's not here. You know?
Yeah.
I think everything's just gonna come to you automatically or whatever. Like you have to put work in.
Just because I'm like energetically aligned. Like, because all my chakras are aligned. Like
yeah, like no,
I'm gonna like,
yeah, like you still have to like work.
Someone's gonna drop off $84,000.
Because like a lot of times some people like be thinking like, oh, I can just manifest everything to me. Like you do have to like work for shit. You know what I mean? Like you can't just like thinking like. Oh,
one of my buddies is like that.
Forward.
He's like, think just because he says something's gonna happen, it's just gonna happen. It's like no, like you still have to go out and do something, you know?
Yeah, like go and find it. Like it's not gonna just come to you. Like you have to like go seek for it too. Like there are two ways.
Like you have to be in the right position at the right time. You got to make the opportunity.
If you want that energy back, you put energy in.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying though about the whole work-life balance. It's like so many people think it's about, you know, I got to make this money. I got to get like, this big house. I get this nice car. You know, I got to make all this like this bread. You know, I got to make all this bread.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
You know, but it's people get so caught up in doing that it's like they forget to actually have a life. Like it's not for you to wake up every day, just go into work, go back home, go to bed, do it again. Like it's not really like a life. Like you're more so like a rat, like in a test tube. It's like you have one direction, one motion. It's like you're almost in a continuous loop. You know, so I feel like a lot of it too is people try to live out of their means. Like they'll want the nicest car or like the nicest clothes, like the nicest house. And then what happens is all that money that they have coming in, they can make tons of money. And no matter how much it is, it's never enough to satisfy these materialistic needs and urges that they want. Instead of just simplifying what they have. So then maybe if it's just you and like your significant other, whoever living in a house, maybe you don't need a house with like 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Maybe you get a house with 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, maybe like a ranch or something like that. And you have like an average car. Instead of having like a Mercedes, both of you, maybe you both have like a Honda or like a Toyota. Right. And then instead of spending that extra money on the materialistic stuff, like just the flex, you can use that money to take extra time off work and, you know, go on that trip, go on like that vacation, actually live life instead of just being like sick. Like I'm driving this sick Mercedes from my $800,000 house going to work, and I'm going to have to wake up, do it again tomorrow and do it again tomorrow and do it again tomorrow. It's like, so many people get caught up in just like trying to flex and, you know, trying to act like these big fancy things or like what life is about, you know?
Because experience is definitely worth more than anything else. Yeah. Like your life experience, like what you would do with like that time.
And it's like, it's part of like, I think too, like what we both like too, like how we like designer things and like fashion and clothes. And I think that it's like part of like maybe that conversation too, clothing and designers and fashion, because what designers do besides sell a dream, like they sell like a fantasy, you know what I mean? And that fantasy oftentimes includes like really expensive vacation, really expensive house, really expensive car, like the best of everything.
Yeah.
So I think that like with your generation of designers do it's called Generation X or whatever, is like literally all about taking like that luxury aspect out of design, and like that's why you see people with like mom jeans now, or like just doing patches, like going to the thrift store, like making sewing whatever they like. Now it's like more than buying something that is like
or has to have a label on it,
or has to have a label. People are like, designers want people to like buy a sewing machine so they can make their own shit. And that's like, we can see that like the global consciousness is like rising up. Like people, instead of going towards this one idea of how life should be lived, there's like all these different ways that people are pulling into their own lives by being like, oh, I'm gonna start my own business. Like I don't need to like
I don't need any of this
work for a huge like one corporation like Amazon. Like I can figure out how to like make my own things and like sell it to the people that I do know. And I think that that's part of like a larger global consciousness, like waking up, because like a parent, like my parents, who grew up in like, I don't know, or grew up in like the 60s or 70s or 80s or whatever, they only had that idea of like work every day of your life. Like don't give a fuck about like your feelings, don't give a fuck about anything going on in your heart, and then just like you know, like provide for your family, and like that's what life is about. But that is they work so much now that it's like it's provided millennials and Generation X kids with so much, and people like just time to like think, to like develop our dreams, to like decide what our true values are, what really matters to us. That's and nice. So I think that like once we realize like what truly matters to us, and like it's like you realize that it's literally about like connecting with other people. It's really about like not being alone. Like it's really about I don't know, you know, enjoying life, like not destroying the earth for like no reason at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like those are so much more important than just being able to afford like some mortgage on some like $800,000 house. Although we all would love it. Like, I mean, I would love to decide between, you know, oh, like $1 million house or like a brand new Mercedes. Like, you gotta pick one.
You gotta pick one.
It's like also, you know, it's like fuck that. Like, what about, you know, like why can't airplane tickets be cheaper so that I can, you know, like why can't regulations to live in other countries be like lessened so that like people can, you know, explore different ways of living? Like, don't you realize like that's peace as well? Like, you know, if people are allowed to like live in other countries and like come back to their home country and like find work there, like it expands the job market. It expands, you know, the people who are working and all that shit too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it expands overall knowledge and also decreases any type of social ignorance if you look at it in that perspective. You know, a lot of the times when you see like hate or racism or something like that, it's because you don't really know what they're all about and you just kind of pick the side. You know, it's like you don't even know anything about them, anything about their heritage or their upbringing, but it's like, yeah, let me just pick a side, because it's usually a path of least resistance that ends up being a greater resistance than it is, you know, a lesser path, which is like a completely weird, backwards and hypocritical dynamic, you know?
Wait, so yeah, I get what you're saying. Like you're saying like the path of least like the path of least resistance. You're saying that the path of least resistance times is harder because you're saying that it's harder.
Because right? It creates, because if you say, for example, you know, like if I went to school, and obviously like, I'm not racist or anything. If I went to school and I was like the white kid, instead of me trying to get along with you because, you know, you're the black kid, instead of me, you know, jumping out of like my norm and out of my social group of white kids to get to know you, yeah, I might get like some shit from like my friends or like from other people who are racist or were brought up in racist things. But at the end of the day, you get a better sense of knowledge and understanding about another person. And then you get to avoid any type of conflict that may arise just because of a skin color. Whereas if you pick the path of least resistance and you just stay within your friend group, who's to say down the line, like my group is across path with your groups, and just for the fact that you're a different color, we end up fighting or something like that. It's like sometimes it's the same thing. Like I try to apply this when I talk with people that I know. Sometimes being brutally honest about something, like if I'm talking like my friend and they have like a weight problem or they have a drinking problem or anything like that, and they want to be straight up with them, I'd rather them be straight up and end up, hurting their feelings a little bit, but then they end up going on the right path and adjusting it, and they'll come back and thank me later, than to just go the path of least resistance and not say anything, and then I see them get even more fucked up than they already are, But that's like what I'm saying. Like a lot of people, they're just afraid to kind of venture out. Like they'd rather just not be bothered with anything.
No, yeah, I totally hear you. Like I definitely but it's tough. Like it's tough stepping out. It's tough being like,
it is tough.
Society is made so that everything is homogenized. Like everything is made to be the same. Like it's like, oh, the people who like fashion and clothes do this. Like especially Black people, like especially now, because I feel like personally, like I don't know if you have Twitter or whatever, but like especially me being Black and like seeing also a lot of Black people on Twitter, like Black people are genuinely hurt by white people, and genuinely hurt by this system that doesn't really seem like it cares about us. So that is, and it's like we think about like Ruby Bridges. You know who Ruby Bridges is? She's like this Black girl who was like one of the first Black girls to like be integrated into white schools. Yep. Like she's still alive, and I think we tend to like push the civil rights movement like out of our minds, like, oh, it didn't really happen, or like it didn't happen like that far away. But it's like actually it was very, very close to the time that we have now. We're like actually just emerging through this time of like we should be integrating, we should be like figuring out how to work together. Yeah, it's like, and like there's so many, like, I mean, I feel like that, like I personally have always been like, even though I went to like really suburban whatever school, like my friend groups have always been like, it's always been like always mad diverse. Like it's literally like always mad different types of people, always in each of the groups. And then it's like, but a lot of times like when I hang around Black people too, it's like, yeah, like I'm like kind of like the person who like talks like a white person or whatever. And I don't know, I just feel like there really definitely needs to be like healing around like race, and it has to do on white people's part, because like it has to be like white people who care. Like it has to, because Black people, we've already cared. Like Black people are tired. Like we have to live, like there's this author called W.E.B. Du Bois who talks about like first, second, and consciousnesses, and like how Black people have to have like a Black people have to have a consciousness that like is their consciousness in front of white people, like their consciousness in front of white people at work, like everywhere. Like these are real, like there are real examples, like redlining. Like there's only redlining is like when people, Black people like tried to move into certain neighborhoods because they were making more money in like the 60s or 70s or 80s, and like they wouldn't allow them to be in those homes. So they like kept them, and then there's like gentrification, like there's that. There's like workplace, racism where there's like Black people who are supposed to like, who have done their work, done their research. Like, why does a Black person have to work like 3 and 4 times harder just to like get paid less? It's like, these are real things. And it's like anytime, and I say that to also say that like I understand that like also white people are like mind massaged by this system to not have to care about it, because it's like, oh, like life is hard for everyone across the board. Like there's no getting around that. You know what I mean? So it's tough to be like, oh, as a Black person to a white person, oh, can you like pull me up? Can you help pull me up? When they're, I guess, like being like berated and they feel like they're just barely surviving as well. But it's like that type of like what you said, like I guess like taking like the harder route and like figuring out how to not be like so homogenized and not just be so like in our separate bubbles that we never reach out until there's actual like a conflict. And I think that these conflicts are showing us, like the universe shows us that like these conflicts they're like purposely aggravated in us to bring us together. I think like I think that like the reason that happens is because it has to bring up
100%.
Go in that uncomfortable space.
So it has to be like,
but it's like has to come with an acknowledgement too, like especially with white people, it's like if Black people are tired, like they're just tired. Like imagine going through like just generational, like your family knowing about slavery. Like even like I think about how like Black people like spank their kids, you know, more than white people. And I'm like, where does that come from? Like it literally is like this heritage, like this idea of being whooped as a slave.
Yeah, like that's discipline. Like, discipline, to make someone like obedient, but it's not.
Exactly. And it's like when you don't have any power like over yourself or whatever, it's like, oh, I'm gonna take this, and it's like making sure that that kid listens.
Because they didn't do a child healing or anything like that too. Right. Like, and it's what is the ancestral healing? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and we have to help with that too. Like you're saying, just as much.
Yeah, I think
it becomes generational. Yeah,
generational is what it is.
But it's also healing as well, like because like our ancestors like went through so much pain that was never worked through.
Yeah,
it's just like they like I can't imagine ever having to like work my entire life and then just die. You know, like that's insane.
Yeah,
or like being abused and then just die. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not even just that. Like, so yeah.
So,
I mean, all those points you brought up are like, you know, they're all great points to be made, and they're all 100% true. The only thing that kept running through my head the whole time that you were talking, and it just like went full circle right there at the end too, was, you know, people, just like governments, which are run by people in general, and the history books, which are written by people. A lot of times, us as people, and I know I've done it myself in the past, is when there's a hardship in our past or something that we're embarrassed or ashamed of or uncomfortable with, we almost try to throw it away into like a drawer. You know, if there's something that hurt us or it was uncomfortable, we throw it away in the drawer and we try to ignore it ever happens. It didn't happen. We deny it, so on and so forth. And you could see that in basically everything that transpires. It's like, okay, we had this history of, you know, oppression and all this other stuff going on, but now we're in 2021, you know, and that was in the past. So let's just throw it in the drawer and pretend it didn't happen. We pretty much washed our hands, you know what I mean? But instead, this is again about being uncomfortable with, you know, tough things and following the path of, you know, the harder path is, you know, if there's something like that comes up, you almost have to acknowledge it, get it out there, speak it into existence, and realize, hey, we fucked up. You know, this is what we did. This is what happened. What are we going to do to improve and learn from this? You know, and it's a philosophy that even people as individuals can take and use throughout their lives. Like, all right, this is where I was in this moment. This was my mindset then. This is, you know, and of course it takes time, you know, over time, like this is what I've learned. This is how I'm going to grow. This is how I'm going to be better so it doesn't happen again. But too many times when there's uncomfortable things that pop up, people just like to throw it away and forget that it ever even happened, you know? So, and you could see that throughout history. It just kind of is a cycle.
And I just want to say like one more thing too, like with the CIA, like the FBI, like there's real, you know, occurrences where like the CIA like admits to killing like Dr. Martin Luther King. Or like,
yeah, that's like
there's like this program called COINTELPRO, and like COINTELPRO is like this program that actually was made to stop like Black people from like furthering their life. So I say that just to be like, I think that it's like, it is like real, it is governmental, and it's a systematic governmental. And also it's like, not only that, it's like in war, what do they say? Like divide and conquer. And like, I think that's why it's like people have to like, even we work 40 hours a week, like people have to work a 40-hour week just to survive. And we wonder like, how come our parents, you know, were able to afford a house and do all this stuff, and like now people are like working 40 hours, they're not able to even afford an apartment, you know, and like they have to work 2 jobs just to like keep themselves alive. And it's because people are waking up to these ideas. It's because people if they were imagine if you had to work like 16 or 20 hours a week but made enough to buy a home. You know what I mean? Like that would literally give you so much more time to be creative, to start your own business endeavors, to connect with other people, and to think for yourself. You know, like people who are working 40 hours a week or more aren't creative people. And if they are creative people, they're damn strong and they're rare because, you know, like that's like a lot on the body,
yeah,
like a lot on
so
the
much.
mind to just, you know, be working.
So the energy you'd have to give like to everything.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, if you're working, most people don't even work 40 hours. They're working 40 plus hours. So you're giving all your time, in most cases, to a company or an industry that isn't even your own. Like this isn't your project, your ideal, like your passion necessarily in most cases. So and it's like, you know, and life comes at you. Like you have to, most times you have to commute to and from the office, wherever you're working. Then you have to go home. And obviously as a basic human need, like you need to eat. So you got to make food, blah, 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 blah. You know, if you do anything else, like you got kids, you got any other responsibilities, that takes up a chunk of the day. So then it's like you get ready at the end of the night, like to go to bed, you realistically have an hour, maybe 2 hours of like you time, where if like you had a project or a passion, then you could work on it, which, I mean, obviously over time it adds up, but it's like you were saying, if you had more time to work on that, maybe you could break away from the cycle.
Yeah. That's the thing. They don't want us to like be individuals. They don't want us to like have like our own thoughts. They want us to be like literally like working for them. Like you know what I mean? It's like, that's why we're gonna smashing the shit and breaking it open and changing it.
And I think that's why these companies are they're like kind of scared now. Like we see with like I think like, you know what I'm saying? Like because like what did people do like during COVID besides start their own business? You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I was watching something today. Someone was like, there's Joe Rogan on his podcast gets more viewers than like people on like CNN and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why a lot of
I don't even watch the news. I just watch like Joe Rogan and like random people like that.
Nice. So I just think that it's like, yeah, people are definitely like just totally woke now. Like, and I think it's in their DNA. So yeah. I don't know.
I just going through like shit over and over and over. And seeing it on like seeing how it plays out and being like, this is just not right. This is just fucked. And like you said, we're like thinking about like, our kids' futures too. We're like, do we even want to have kids? Like, how are we even gonna have kids in society? Like, how are they even gonna like? If I'm depressed in society, I can't even imagine how they're
like,
gonna
why
feel.
Would I want to bring a child into this? Like, it's so sad. But it's like, and I feel like
the same way.
I feel like so weird for saying that because it's like there's so many people whose like life revolves around like getting married, finding a house, and having kids. And like, I feel like there's so many more avenues to life than that. Like what?
That's just like the societal pressure. Like that's the norm, especially like with our parents' generation. That's like, if I have a wife, I have a kid, like I have a house or so on and so forth, like I made it. Like that's life, you know?
Yeah.
Like, no.
And it's like the system makes you feel like that's like the best, like that's okay. Like even me now, I'm like, oh yeah, wow, like I don't have a job now, like I just really want a job. And it's like, why do I want a job? Like so I can have money, so that I can have money, so that I can buy things and be happy. You know? And it's like that's how integrated, like it goes back to like what I was talking about, like balance and like that balance of like spirituality and capitalism or whatever. And so it's like, yeah, that it's like, oh, we really are fully connected into the system, like the Matrix. Like, so it's like, how do we begin to slowly, like, really build those, what is it called, like paradigms that,
like a boundary almost.
Yeah, no, like paradigm, like a paradigm shift. Like, imagine like if we could like with our be so strong ideas, be so strong with our mindsets that we like create new worlds within this world that are less like of this system. You know what I mean?
Like how we start changing the system so it's not how it is, because like obviously it's not working. We all know it's not working. We all shifting towards like, even how you were saying, like there's either people who strongly believe in astrology or strongly don't. I don't think that at all. I think honestly everybody in our generation is like very open-minded, very communicative, and like knows energy is real, like knows all that shit is real. And we know like all the past, like that we have to heal from like our childhoods and us and like our generational healing and all that. Like, but how do we start it? Like, it's what's really gonna go?
And I feel like it's important, like to like, and I feel so bad about this because like now I'm like I'd like be like nihilistic or whatever, because it's like I'd be like, oh, like we really are at a point in time where we think that we can change it or we think that we can do
but there's just so much.
But there's so much.
There's so much shit, and that's what's so like intimidating and like, damn, I really can't, like, you know what I mean? It's like
I think it's like how you were saying earlier too, Ash, is I feel like too much focus on the negative stuff just kind of brings the whole train down. You know, it brings the whole movement down if you actually wanted to go that route. I feel like if you could try to find at first the good and the bad and then pick from there, okay, this is what is actually good in it, almost like you were saying, like yin and yang. This is like what's actually good in this bad. How can we multiply this to make more of these bads good? You know what I mean? Like I usually try to look in a positive light first, and then I'll go ahead, because then your momentum's already going. You got like that good flow, that positive energy, and then I'll go ahead and tackle the negative shit, and then try to bulldoze that positive straight through it. You know?
It's a good mindset. I like that. A lot to it though.
Yeah, I mean, it's always anything that's worth doing is, you know, it's not going to be easy. It's really anything.
As long as we all do it as a collective, you know, like nobody's like alone in this. Like we're all like helping each other too. We're at that time, like you said.
Yeah, but I'm glad this ended up being a freaking dope ass conversation.
And like, how do you record this?
Just on Zoom, it just records. There's a record button.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So it's just
I can edit it as much as I want. I usually don't edit much. It's usually pretty good, so just leave it.
What would you say?
I said I usually don't really have to edit, so it just kind of records and boom, it's all set. You know, I only edit because I only edit if it's like if there's like big pauses and stuff.
Like are you gonna edit this one because it's really long?
Well, no, I'm not gonna edit this one. This one's a fucking great conversation. Like, I mean, if there's like a big pause, like if like, for example, like before somebody joins the call all the time, I'll hit record. So it didn't say like the stupid, this session's recording. So half the time it's me sitting there for like 5 minutes while I wait for the person to click on the email.
Oh, that's, yeah,
like a big pause like that, like I'll crop out. But otherwise, unless somebody wants something cropped, like I'll just leave it.
Okay.
Oh, can you?
Johnathan, you want to give your at?
What?
I was like, Johnathan, want to give your at?
All right, so my ad is Sacred Son Johnathan on Instagram. Hit me up for the yoga classes. Follow me.
You teach yoga?
Yeah, I teach yoga. That's
yoga
what I was
master.
saying. I was like, you went to the gym. Like, let me know.
Where do you teach yoga?
Yoga master.
Right now I don't teach it anywhere. I just got hired to teach at some place in like Watertown, but that doesn't start for a few weeks. And yeah, I just be like here and there teaching yoga sometimes whenever I can.
I just gave you the follow. Yeah, dude, I love yoga. I know Bedford's kind of a troop, but we're always looking for instructors. So I don't.
Yes. Oh my God. But the hottest, like, I love Bedford because like it'd be like such cute, like kind of like hood white guys live there. You know what I mean? They were like, yeah, what's up? Like, yeah. I'm like,
are you thinking of Medford or Bedford?
Oh, maybe, you know, I'm thinking maybe think about like New Bedford. Maybe is it called?
Oh no, this is like just Bedford. Because I was gonna say there's not people like that there. There's like mostly like preppy white people that live there.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm dying.
Yeah.
They're like wicked nice though, but it's just like literally like small town. Like, you know, most people are like white as hell.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, it's kind of a troop though. It's like
I
know, like for me, it's like 30 minutes.
I'm like, I think that was New Bedford. Like it was. Yeah.
That's funny.
I love it.
Oh, Ash, what is the name? Do you know how to screen share on here? Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably asking you too much. There should be a share screen button.
I was gonna say I can see stop. I see stop video, participants, and more.
Here, let me see. I think I have to enable it. Let's see who can share only. Oh, okay. All participants. All right, now it should pop up the share screen. Do you see it? Like the option?
Oh, hold on.
Just because I wanted you to pull up your
my sisters?
Yeah, well, for the rocks, and then your what do you call it, for your clothing too, your page.
Oh, fuck, dude, I don't know how to do this.
To share this.
I could do it on mine, worst case.
Did you click more?
Yeah, more. Minimize meeting settings, background filter, chat.
Yeah, it should just be like a big green button that says share screen.
Oh, is that it? Share.
Oh, share content?
Probably. Just click on it. Let's see what happens.
Start broadcast.
Oh
God, what's happening?
Yeah. There you go. That's it. Now go on the Insta.
Don't look at my stuff, you guys.
You can pull it up in the background before you even screen share.
Wait, what?
I said you could have pulled it up in the background before you even screen shared. You don't have to leave your phone on Zoom the whole time. It'll just stay recording until you leave the meeting.
Can you see what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so this is Johnathan. This is the new post of him. Yeah, thank you for those. This is my page. Yeah, they look so dope. This is my page of my fashion page, and then I'm gonna go to my sister's page real quick. This is my page, and then this is
for the gram.
This is so awkward. I don't know how to do this without like. Okay.
Hey, I learned about zodiac signs. You can learn about Zoom.
Okay, here we go. Oh. This is my sister's page.
Okay.
And she sells like rocks and stuff. She teaches you about crystals and stuff.
It's not a boulder. It's a rock.
She's like crazy. Like this is
that one's sick. That's so sick. That looks kind of like the one that you have.
Yeah, hers are really, really shiny though. I got a lot of rocks from her though. Like most of my rock collections are from her. She has really cool ones. Yeah, her size. You see her aesthetic, how it's like all like nice and pleasing, and then like mine's like all over the place. So I was like trying to figure out my aesthetic. I was like mentioning that earlier.
Wait,
I'm like,
so what's a good song do you think about?
Do you use any graphic design apps?
Like don't even know. Like not really.
Like I use Canva. I know it's a pretty common one. People use that, or they use like Adobe Spark.
My sister was telling me about Canva.
It's probably Canva. It's probably that.
Oh, yeah. Canva. That's the one she was telling me about. It might not be the same one.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Oh, you're trying to pick a song for it?
Yeah. I like this song.
Yeah.
I'm trying. What should I say? Like something cute, like Ivy modeling, or like.
Yeah.
Like
model status.
Oh man, he's rocking those fits.
Oh yeah, man. But yeah, no, I don't
model. Like I think.
No, you're not. Shut the fuck up.
Fresh fit.
But
Fresh Fit Friday. Fresh Fit Friday.
Fresh Fit Wednesday.
Spaghetti Wednesdays. Dude, what is that? It looks like spaghetti.
It's like a thing for my notebook.
I see. You have some cool notebooks, dude.
I have some crazy notebooks. I'm obsessed with writing. I like write poetry and stuff, so I be writing all the time.
Sorry. Oh yeah. Sorry.
What?
Is there anything else you guys want to add? I was gonna get going. Maybe eat and get ready for bed for work.
He's following you back.
Oh, sweet. There you go.
All right.
That's pretty sweet, man. We ended up getting 2 guests for this one episode. It ended up being a great conversation too.
Right? I love it.
Making new friends, networking.
Right.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It was interesting. I appreciate. Yeah, like that would be a good idea. Like, how did you get into doing the podcast thing?
I don't know.
I was saying, oh my god, I was gonna tell you.
I'm about to start doing this.
I've been telling people that I'm like, Johnathan should do this podcast because I saw this Vine and it was like so funny. It was like this person like laying in bed, just like. No, you know what I mean, a video. Oh, okay. I'm such a fucking grandma, I can't. But a meme or whatever. Yeah. And his person's laying in bed, they're like, today is just a beautiful day to like lay in bed and really enjoy life. And I'm like, this is Jonathan's podcast. I'm like, Mr. J Pillow Talk.
Yeah, yes.
How good would that be? Laying in bed, Mr. J Pillow Talk. Yes, Pillow Talk with Mr. J coming at you. Yo, your podcast better have some competition.
Yeah.
Hey man, we all grind, we all shine. It's what it's all about.
No, exactly.
Maybe I can have you on my podcast.
Yeah, you guys can collab.
I'm down. I'm always down. I'm always down for a good chat. I don't know. I honestly don't even know why I started this. It was something I always like thought about, like taking a pic.
Right, I'm about to be on my first feature
on the pod, baby. I got kind of inspired by Joe Rogan experience, and then I don't know. I love it. I can feel
inspired by what?
Joe Rogan.
Oh.
Yeah, I like Joe Rogan. I'll listen to that one like religiously, but it's just cool. Like I like to just talk with people in general, and then I feel like everybody, no matter where they are and where they come from, you know what I mean, they have some sort of insider perspective or some hidden knowledge that you can kind of just learn from.
So definitely
beautiful.
It's just nice, you know. It's just not like whether I always say, because people are like, yeah, you want this like to blow up. I'm like, I don't care if it blows up or not. Like, it's not about that. It's about, you know, getting on here and just talking with people, and like I said, just learning more about the world, and then more so about like myself, like as I learn more about different things, you know.
Yeah, you're just connecting and growing, and you're helping people connect and grow.
It's great, you know. You get to spark not only your own mind with some different perspectives, but maybe other people get to learn.
Yeah, exactly.
App, you know. What were you saying?
Oh, YouTube.
You use a specific app for your podcast?
So I upload it to YouTube, but then I have this app. It's called Anchor. So it uploads it like to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, like a bunch of different platforms. So the YouTube, it'll be like the actual video on the YouTube channel, and then I'll put the audio part in just Anchor, and it'll put it everywhere else for me.
Nice.
Yeah. But when you get yours rolling, let me know. I can help you set it out.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I think I do need to do it. I have like this Instagram that I haven't used at all called Johnathan Talks.
Pillow Talk with Mr. J, I'm telling you.
Yeah, Mr. J. Yo, they started calling me, I think
Mr. J.
They were like, Mr. J.
Mr. J.
Mr. J.
Because like, what's her name from Batman?
Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Harley Quinn.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. J.
Where's Mr. J?
Right.
I love it. I love that comment.
I was like, started saying that.
He's like, mad funny. I was like, this is perfect. It's so true.
All right, guys. I'm a yard out. It was it was phenomenal talking to you guys. This is not a great conversation.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, no.
Johnathan, thanks for popping in, by the way.
Thank you, Mike.
You had some great insights on there. And then Ash, of course, had some great stuff to bring up. A lot of cool stuff between rocks and crochet and all of her different weaving, and then her crazy bucket list and travels. It's all these are like the type of conversations I love to have. They're just so interesting. They're just so unique.
Love it.
And then of course the zodiac sign lesson.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a TED talk real quick. Ash talk.
All right, guys.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how you add these things, but peace. Bye. Have a good night.
Yeah,
you guys gonna go smoke that doobie now?
We're probably gonna try to get some work done and do some of these things too on the computer. But yeah, also, you know, smoke mad weed, you know.
Yeah. I was certainly hoping that she still had some beers in the fridge. Like, I was like, please, like, something.
Man. All right, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Ciao.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
This was fun.